Our seniors are leaving here 3-1 against UTEP. We've won the last 3. That hadn't happened since 1995, so that's a big deal around here, and really proud of our team. The way they've continued to fight and work and the character that they've showed through this season, through a lot of adversity. So to be able to finish with a 3-game winning streak would be huge for our program for next year and for these seniors to leave that with these younger guys. So we're going to work hard in practice this week and see if we can make that happen. Questions?
Coach, what have been your biggest takeaways just as a whole the last 2 weeks with the 2 wins?
Well, it goes back to what I'd said all year long, Adam, early in the season, that the turnover margin was really the only thing keeping us from success. And that's been proven out since the Ole Miss game. You know, we played really hard against Ole Miss and took care of the ball. You know, we caused some turnovers against Incarnate Word and created short fields for our offense and scored, and then we won the turnover margin big against UTEP, and we won. And it's just a shame that we didn't do that early in the season because it cost us a couple of games there. But hopefully our guys moving forward will remember this, you know, lesson and really value that football and winning that turnover margin.
How comforting is it as a head coach to know that despite the record, your team is coming out there every single week and preparing well and playing hard in the game and showing a lot of energy? Yeah,
that says a lot about the character of our players, and our assistant coaches have done a great job continuing to motivate these guys and keep them playing like that. And it's really easy, you know, as a senior to be a great leader and have a great attitude when things are going well and you're competing to get into a bowl game. But this senior class they've had a great attitude and great effort every day. They've held everybody to a high standard through a lot of adversity, a lot of injuries, a lot of tough games, and they've never backed down once. And that says a lot about them, and that's what's produced, you know, this win streak that we're on right now. So I couldn't be more proud of that group, and it says a lot about our program, where we're headed.
The crowd was good. It was a rivalry win. 2 straight wins now, and you had a lot of recruits on campus last week. I'm sure that was big. Yeah,
it was big for our recruiting. We had 7 recruits here for an official visit with their parents for the UTEP game, so that was a great environment for them to be a part of and be in the locker room afterwards celebrating with us, and I think that's going to get us off to a really good start in the recruiting process. We've already you know, gotten a couple of those kids to commit to us from that weekend, and so that's been good and gives us a good jump start moving forward.
Could Coach talk about the play, the trick play that led to the Atkins interception, and just how it all worked, and why you guys felt like it was a good time to use it?
Well, we ran that play against Texas State, I think 2016, I believe it was, here at home. Scored. Tyler Rogers caught the touchdown pass on that one. It's a really good play on the goal line when the other team's playing man coverage, because in man coverage nobody has the quarterback. So if you can fake him out there in motion and leak him out, he's usually uncovered. And UTEP really responded well to it. They saw Josh late, but you know, Tony made a perfect throw, threw it the only place he could, and Josh made a tremendous catch, jumping up and getting that ball at the high point. And I was joking with the players. I've been trying to teach our receivers to high point a football all year, and our quarterback goes out and does it. And I've been trying to teach Josh how to throw a fade route like that all year, and our wide receiver goes and does it. So we're all backwards, but that was fun. You know, those guys, they enjoy plays like that, and they worked hard on it in practice, and it's nice when things like that are executed well.
I don't think many people know that Tony was a high school quarterback, too.
Tony is the guy that he's thrown a couple passes for us here this year. He had one against Liberty in the first game that should have been a touchdown. He threw it out of bounds just a little bit, but yeah, he's a good athlete.
What have you seen from Liberty since you played them last in early October?
Yeah, you know, they are a really good defensive football team. They've played good defense all year, particularly down in the red zone. They really tighten up down there. They play a lot of zone coverage in the red zone, make you earn it to get it in there. And they've been like that all year. That's where I think they've made the most progress from last year to this year is defensively. Not many people are familiar with Liberty and their program in this part of the country, but you need to Google it and look up the facilities that they have and the commitment they've made to football. It's unbelievable. They've probably got the nicest facilities of any Group of 5 team in the country. Indoor facility, brand new stadium, brand new coaches' offices, brand new weight room, brand new practice facility, millions of dollars going in that football program, nationally recruit. They do it the right way. So they're going to be a formidable opponent for everybody who are moving forward.
Coach, how personal do you take the way your season has gone? Not the way you planned, not the way you thought it could go, but how personal do you take it, the way things have progress this season?
Yeah, it's disappointing, Tom. You know, because it's disappointing because of this. You know, the first 4 seasons I was head coach here, it wasn't that way because I knew we weren't close. You know, it was going to take us 4 recruiting classes to fix all the problems here. But from the bowl game on, we really had those problems fixed, and we are good enough, I think, talent-wise, to compete each year. So it becomes really frustrating, really disappointing when you don't get there again. Now, it's really hard to sustain at this level, and particularly here at New Mexico State, because we don't have the facilities and the resources that other people that we're playing do, and it makes it difficult for us in recruiting. It makes it difficult for our players in some instances, and we have to just overcome those things. But that's part of the challenge that I enjoy too. You know, I enjoy being able to do something everybody says you can't be done. And, you know, we went to the bowl game and everybody says it can't be done again. So, you know, that's the motivation. So, but the frustration is there that, you know, I thought even with the schedule and everything, I thought we could be good enough to get there again. And I think we could have. You know, had we played a little bit better, we were kind of our own worst enemy with the turnovers and not causing turnovers. And that was really the key to this season.
Jason and Ken, anything for Coach Martin?
Yeah, Coach, I just wanted to ask about how important the offensive line being at least closer to what you envisioned going into the season, how that's helped the last couple of weeks with Josh and running the football.
Yeah, that's a great point, Jason. You're exactly right. You know, when we get Sage Dockstader back at tackle, when she was back for Incarnate Word and UTEP, that enables us to move Brian Trujillo back to guard where he should be, and it makes our offensive line what we should be. And we've only had that, you know, these last 4 games. So that's what you're seeing now is, you know, we're protecting the passer a lot better. We're running the ball a lot better because of that. We're just a better offense because we have, you know, almost the starting offensive line back out there again. And again, we haven't had that all year until these last 4 games. So you can see what a difference that makes.
Does Brian inside, is that big for the running game?
That's huge for a running game because, you know, Brian is not a natural tackle. You know, when he goes out there because he's smart enough and tough enough to go out there and do that. But he's not as effective out there in space like a tackle has to be. And we lose something at the guard position because he's really strong and he's really intelligent about making calls, and he doesn't get pushed in the middle at the guard position. So when we have Sage back out at tackle and Brian's in there at guard, it makes us a whole different offense.
Coach, you guys have run the ball really well the last couple of weeks. I mean, obviously the offensive line, like you just said, is a big part of that. But how much of that is the opponents you played, and how much of it is just that's your personnel right now?
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of both, Ken. You know, we obviously UTEP had been struggling to stop the run all year, and they play a lot of 3 down and drop 8. And the last 2 teams we've played, Incarnate Word and UTEP, were not going to let us throw the ball. They were dropping 8 into coverage, and so, you know, it dictates that you run the ball a lot more, and that has a lot to do with that. This will be a much tougher test this Saturday, as Liberty plays the run exceptionally well. And, you know, they'll play some man coverage and get everybody else and load the box up, but they feel like they can play the run with just 6 in the box too, and then they do a nice job of that. We had a difficult time running the ball on them in the first game, so it'll be a much bigger test this week.
What about them on offense? Have they adjusted or changed much of anything since you guys saw them last?
No, they're really the same. You know, they're pretty much a balanced offense, but the quarterback is exceptional throwing the ball, and they do have the NFL wide receiver that, you know, you just have to double him. If he's so big and physical, you know, on 50-50 balls, deep balls, fade balls, he can go up and take the ball away from people, and he's done that to everybody this year. He did it to Virginia last week when they played them. So that's a problem. You know, we probably played him about as well as we could in the first game. But, you know, he's always dangerous. And, you know, the quarterback's mobility is a problem too. He does a nice job of moving around.
Anything else for Coach?
Coach, is Devin going to be back, or is his season over with the injury? Were there any other injuries?
Yeah, Devin is going to try to practice today, and I don't know that he'll be 100% for the game, but I'm hoping he'll be close enough where we can at least have him out there some. I'm not sure how many plays he'll be able to get in, but I'm hopeful that he's going to be able to play. Rodney McGraw, is safety, tore his ACL in the UTEP game, so he will be done for the season. He'll have surgery. And Of course, he'll miss spring practice, but we will get him back for next season. So that's the one bright spot of that. He was the only injury we had coming out of the UTEP game.
Anything else?
Can you talk about what you're thankful for, Coach?
Well, you know what, Tom, my family has had a tremendous year this year. My youngest son, Robert, got married to a Las Cruces girl, and we're really excited about that. And that was a great blessing. We're expecting our first grandchild here in January from my oldest son, Corey, and his wife, Carissa. My daughter's getting married in March to Matt Christian, who's our running back coach here. So, you know, we've had a blessed time here. And, you know, people in Las Cruces have been great to us. You know, we've enjoyed being here. So, you know, it wasn't the season we've wanted to have, but you know what? There's a lot of people that are going through rougher things than we have, and we're just thankful to be here and thankful for these players. You know, I've got a great group of players and coaches here, these assistant coaches. But man, I tell you what, some of these seniors that are leaving here, I'm gonna miss these guys. You know, Wilcox and Christian Gibson, you guys are getting ready to talk to. And O.J. Clark is, you know, one of my favorite players of all time. There's a lot of those guys, and you know, every one of them has a different story that is worth telling. But, you know, as you get older in coaching, I think the wins and losses don't become as important as the players. And the best part of coaching is when those players call you and let you know how they're doing years after they've left here. And, you know, that's what I'm thankful for. I got a lot of great kids that stay in touch.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks,